Television Dude here, and this is the really retro tag and the drive-in tag that J-Boy Pac-Man started. Sorry about that. Let's see, I didn't write none of this down. I'm doing this all by memorization here. So let's see, what was it? What was your favorite movie from the year? The really retro tag is the favorite stuff from the years you were born. So I was born in the 70s. So what was my favorite movie in the 70s? I don't know. It's a tough one here. I could go with the obvious choice, Star Wars. First movie I ever seen on a drive-in. That was probably my favorite movie back then. Still might be my favorite movie today. But I've had other choices since then. Like this guy right here. The Godfather. This has probably been my favorite movie all through the 90s. And up until today, you know, I love that movie to death. But then we got this movie right here that I fell in love with recently. Dawn of the Dead. Man, that is a killer movie. One of my favorites of all time now. Yeah, you knew I couldn't do a tag without rambling on and going on forever and changing the rules. And also we got Evil Dead. Man, the Evil Dead series is probably one of my favorite series of all time. You know you want to look at this thing, don't you? The Book of the Dead. It was written in blood by the Dark Ones. By the Necronomicons. Pretty spooky, huh? These are different spells and things. Do yourself a favor, pick this movie up, and the other ones that I showed you. You won't be disappointed. Whoa. Yeah, I guess that's my answer. What was my favorite toy in the 70s? Well, you know, I was 6 years old when 1980 started, so I wasn't very old. There was this handheld that I used to have, and I don't remember what it was exactly. It was a racing game. You just had 2 lanes of traffic, and you just had to dodge the cars that came down from the top. And it wasn't a very big handheld. It was probably no bigger than a Game Boy in size, just not as thick. You know, the original Game Boy? Maybe like a Game Boy Pocket or something. Probably thicker than that, though. I don't remember. I tried to look on the Handheld Museum website. I don't know if you guys seen that website, but I couldn't find what I thought it remembered, what I thought it looked like. Maybe I forgot what it looked like over the years. I don't know. But I guess that's going to be my choice. I'm sure I had a lot more toys back in the 70s. Like the Mean Green Machine. Anybody have that one? It was kind of like a big wheel, but it had like had these weird pedals that you push back and forth with your feet. That thing was cool back then. I also had one of those Stretch Armstrong things, and I think it was the Incredible Hulk. You stretched his legs. Oh, I'm going to pause this right here and edit. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that pause there, but you know I'm all about my props. And I forgot to bring one out here. My favorite TV show from the 70s. This is an easy one. The Incredible Hulk. Whoa. Trippy, huh? Turning into the Hulk. The best TV show ever, in my opinion. Favorite song from the 70s. This is not easy. You know, I'm such a big music fan, and my CD collection is pretty extensive, and I don't have just one song. So I'm just gonna show some songs, because I could have went with anything. We got Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. I really like the song No Quarter. That's a great one there. Let's see what else is there. You can't go wrong with the original Black Sabbath. You try playing the song all the way back from 1970, Black Sabbath. Play that song in the dark, even today, and you still might get the creeps. What about The Who? Can't go wrong with Baba O'Riley, aka Teenage Wasteland. Or what about Won't Get Fooled Again? This is probably one of the best albums ever made as well. What about The Doors? Can't forget about The Doors. I don't think I could pick just one song from them, but Break On Through, Light My Fire, go on forever with them. Or I could go with what Techromancer once said. Go with Rapper's Delight. This is probably one of the only 2 records I have left from back in my old record collection. The rest of them got ruined recently in a incident, but we won't get into that. I lost all my records. Most of them were scratched anyway. I wasn't very careful with my toys and records when I was a kid. What else? What was the next one? I guess that was the end of that tag. The next one was, I guess, J-Boy Pac-Man's, what 2 movies did you see in the drive-in? I'm going to mention 4 movies. The first one was, Star Wars. First we ever seen a drive-in. But heck, I was probably only 4 years old when we seen it. I think I fell asleep not long into the movie. But yet I still have the memory imprinted deep in my mind. It's just one of those things, you know, Star Wars was that big. Fall asleep probably 5 minutes into the movie, but yet I never forgot the opening scene of that movie. Never. Next one was probably Star Trek The Search for Spock. Went with my uncle and my cousins. They had like a pickup truck with a cab on it, and I think we were on top of the cab watching it. But once again, I think we fell asleep maybe 15 minutes into the movie. But probably the most one I remember even more was probably the double feature we seen. We saw Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, which I don't currently have right here. And the double feature was the second one was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now that was an awesome double feature. One that I'll never forget. And I guess that's the end of this tag. You know I can't do a tag without having to have props and stuff, and I can't make an answer real simple. You guys know that. So thanks for watching.